I have some news to share, and I'm so excited to show this to you. Give me 1 second. Are you ready? Oh, yeah. Can you see? I am, I'm funded. I'm a funded trader now. I passed my evals and I'm a bit shook. I'm so stoked. So as you know, I got a mentor. His name's James. He's awesome. Um, TWJ is the name of his mentorship program. And we have like a Discord community that I'm in. And yeah, James is my mentor. And James helped me hit my profit target. Um, can you believe it, guys? I'm so excited. So now I can finally pay myself with my trades. It's insane. I took a trade last night on the NY session, and that is how I pass. Like it was a bit surreal for me. Like I know it's just passing an eval. Lots of people do it all the time, but for me, I think it's a massive achievement, especially since I've been trying to pass my eval for so long, but I think I finally worked it out. And that is all thanks to my mentor who, you know, taught me a lot of the really important parts of trading, like discipline, consistency. He held me accountable. He jumped on calls with me. Yeah, team. It's fun. It's not like a big deal because it's not like I got like a massive payout or anything, but this is helping me, pave the way to get payouts now. So I can actually trade and reap rewards from my trades, which is incredible. And I'm so pumped. And honestly, I'm actually really proud of myself because I've put in a lot of effort to get here. And now I can, continue to trade, but now get rewards out of it. You know what I mean? So this is yeah, an exciting next step in my trading journey. Can't wait to keep trading and keep learning and growing and yeah, had to share. So I thought today I could show you like what I did last night, what trade I took. Maybe I'll show you. I actually haven't updated my trade seller yet because as soon as I passed my eval last night at like 12:30 in the morning, I shut my laptop and I didn't export my trades into my trade zeller, which it doesn't really matter anyway because I'm on a brand new account, but I just, I wanted to have it there so I could learn from everything. This is my trade zeller dashboard. This was how long I had that combine account for. So my first week 1.84K, which is amazing. Like if I was earning that like per week, I'd be stoked. This week I traded on the 10th, traded London session. And then I also yesterday traded and I lost. I had a loss of like $230 or $200, $205 or something like that on this day. So this was a negative. This was dumb. This was a dumb trade. This was London, but way after London. Like maybe London had already started and kind of, finished. And I took a trade. It did end up going in my favor, but it like I was fearful because it was retracing back towards my stop. And I was like, there's no way I am going backwards because I was $400 away from passing or something like that. So I just like exited the trade because I could see it was not going in my direction. However, if I had waited and I just pulled back my stop loss a little bit further past my fair value gap, it would have hit my TP and I would have passed. Um, But whatever, we live and we learn. My mentor has told me I need to stop moving my stop loss and also taking profit early. That's something I do. When really, if it hit my TP, I could have passed this ages ago. And then last night I traded New York session and um yeah, I made a $600 win, which had me over $3,000 in profit. So I ended up on like 3.2K or something like that. And that's it. That's how I passed it. It was all mainly NQ actually. I think this was all NASDAQ, um, NASDAQ and micros. But yeah, this is all my trades, apart from, yeah, the two that I'm missing. But because I passed my account, it wouldn't let me export it. It closed it down. So I can't export my trades in here anymore. I should have done it last night, but I didn't. And yeah, at this screen. Okay. I'm going to show you how I back test, but I don't want to be in the way. How do I know if I'm in the way? Okay. All right. So I back test in TradingView at the moment. I know there's another one called Forex Factory, but at the moment I have so many subscriptions going. I just want to keep that down to a minimum for now. Um, this is NASDAQ. We're in a 1 minute time frame. I'm going to show you what I did last night to hit my winning trade. Get so confused with all the time zones. It's not fun. Okay, let's see what I did. I don't actually remember. Let's be real. I was so tired last night when my alarm went off to trade, and I knew I only had like $600 left. As you know, I did lose a trade. So what I did is I marked out my fair value gaps. So I came in here, marked out, well, I wasn't in here, I was in Top Step, but I marked out my fair value gaps. And I drew that over here because I thought, price hasn't filled this gap yet. And there's a few more down here as well. I marked out bearish fair value gap. It would be so cool if there was an automatic fair value gap indicator. There probably is. Then I wouldn't have to do this. Oh, there you go. There's actually a gap here, but that was inverted by this one. Oh, okay. So I did that. I also then looked at, okay, this is London High. This is a draw on liquidity here. So we could want to take this out. And then also there was a low draw on liquidity here and here. So we could potentially want to take those out. I feel like price wanted to come down and touch the gaps. So I marked out my draws on liquidity. LDOL for the newbies, low draw on liquidity. This is what James kind of taught me. And I think it's important, to be honest, like, because I want to know where price is going and where price might want to move. This is like Asia low, this blue line down here for the newbies. Honestly, if you're watching this and you trade, I don't know why you're watching this because you are so skilled. Like, shout out to Greg, one of my supporters in here that watches my videos, and I chat to Greg when we're on lives for Red Candle Nation. He watches and supports all my videos. I really appreciate it, Greg. Thank you for the support and the encouragement. You're the best. Um, and you must get so bored watching my videos because you know way more than I do about trading. So I always find that so nice that people who trade all the time and know everything about trading still watch this. And like honestly, that's really sweet. But I probably sound so like rookie when you watch these, but whatever. So this is what I did. I marked out all my draws on liquidity that I feel like price will want to come and tap. I might just do this one because I feel like there would have been some orders in here that, didn't go in that person's favor. Price will probably want to come and grab those. All right, so this is where we're at. We're in a 1 minute time frame. I did scale out and check like the 15 minute, like there was a fair value gap inversion here. I think almost. Yeah, no, there was a fair value gap inversion. So price was bearish, price then went back up. So then I went into the 5 minute, checked my 5 minutes. We've got a very big fair value gap here. I actually in Top Step, what I did is I drew 5 minute gaps and 1 minute gaps, and I put like a 5M FVG and a 1 minute FVG just so I could, it wasn't too messy. And I was half asleep, so I really needed the extra guidance from myself. Anyways, price I could tell was consolidating a lot before we hit 9:30. I didn't even have time to like hit my take profit like in the right spot. I wasn't planning on earning much more over 3,000 from like my combine, and it hit so quick. I set this gap here. Then I went into the 1 minute. And what I noticed was price was like consolidating so much around this 5 minute fair value gap. What I wanted to see was price to touch my gap. That sounds so bad. What I wanted to see was price to touch this gap here, which was the five. I honestly would have liked it better if it touched my 1 minute, but it touched the 5 minutes, so I was okay with that. Don't know, James, if you're watching this, if you'd be happy with that. I was very, very tired. Um, okay, so price was consolidating around here, and I was like, come on. But then obviously look at the time. It was waiting for open to, I think, decide what it wanted to do. Price was continuing to consolidate. I think we ended up creating a really small gap, much like too much consolidation for me to have a good indication of where we're going. It's like not doing anything just before, New York Open. All right, this is not really the best trade example, you guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I think trading NY is amazing, but I think for me, like, yes, I did hit my TP on it and I made profit and it did go in the direction I thought it was. But I don't like my entry on this. Like, I'm just going to be honest. Like, I don't like my entry at all. Like, it wasn't strong confirmation. And I think I realize that a little bit more now looking at it. So, anyways, I think it created the tiniest little gap, and price touched my the little gap that I had created. I'm trying to do this super slow. This is like the most terrible gap I've ever done. There we go. Tiniest little thing. Not even like price is very much bearish. Does price touch this gap again? I'm just trying to remember where I entered. We weren't consolidating anymore. This, not a good entry. Touched the gap, but it wasn't strong to enter. I wanted confirmation that we were going bearish in the direction I thought we were. This kind of gave me that confirmation. This gap, I don't like it. It's the tiniest little thing. Like, I wouldn't even call that a gap. I think we touched this gap. Let me see. Sorry, my kill zones are in the way. Where is my candle? There it is. Okay. So we touched this gap. We close. This candle didn't really close very strong. So it touched the gap. This was pretty risky, this entry, I'm not going to lie. Looking at it now, I waited for this next candle to show me what we were going to do. Okay. I was like, I think are going bearish. These candles came up to equilibrium. Then this candle showed me a very bearish sign. We looked bearish. So look, this is probably not my best entry. I'm going to be completely honest, but I entered here. I put, where did I put my stop loss? I think, wow, this was a very big, no, where I put this up here. I did. No, I put my stop loss here and I put my take profit just before, I think, the end of this gap here. And I honestly thought if we were going to hit these, we're going to go down to these draws on liquidity, but I didn't need, like, I honestly didn't even have time to move my take profit in a better position because price moved so quick. And I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. All right, so we're here. I entered on this candle. Let's see what price does. And bang, we're already we're already out. And look, I don't like a few things about this, and I'm now that I'm journaling this and going back, the thing I didn't like about it is my conditions weren't really that strong. It did already hit my fair value gaps, which is really what I wanted, but it was consolidating a lot. Um, It did touch my tiny little gap that I did there, which was what gave me confirmation to enter because we were showing a bearish order flow. It wasn't really strong bearish order flow, let's be honest. But I entered on this bearish candle and literally hit TP like immediately. As you can see, that was really quick. The second thing I didn't like is it wasn't open. Like New York Open didn't happen yet. So I entered as New York was opening, like within the minute. Like I think it was, yeah, I entered 9:29. I remember thinking, oh, what did I do, Jess? Like you shouldn't have done it. But lucky I did because price absolutely dumped. I don't even know what this was like a 600 and something dollar trade. Um, this, what did price do after this? I shut my laptop. It really did hit all those draws on liquidity I set. And that's what I thought would happen. Did it go down all the way here? Not sure. Let's see. Yes, it did. It took out all those low draws on liquidity in New York Open. And that was my trade. That's what we did. Um, and I'm really pumped that I made a good decision on that one. I'm conflicted because it hit TP, it went in the direction I thought, but it was just consolidating, waiting for open, and I jumped the gun minute before I entered a minute before open. I didn't even check news. See, there are so many things about this I don't like. Yeah. See, I hit it, put it just beneath these gaps. Stop loss above the 5 minute fair value gap. It hit really quickly. I didn't even have time to move it, but it doesn't matter because I was over. I ended up being over. I made 3.2 in profits on this account, and that trade was $653, and I was trading 3 contracts on NASDAQ. And that was how I passed my combine account. There were a lot of other trades that I did in that combine account, but that was my last one that helped me pass. And I don't know about it. If I'm happy, no, I don't think so. But look, we live and we learn. I should probably read the news before I enter a trade on news day. I think so. Yeah. That was silly. But it went in my favor. And I'm so excited and stoked. And I might do some back testing videos next. But thank you guys so much for the support and for liking and commenting on my videos. It honestly means the world. And it's so cool to see some fellow traders in here. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. And yeah.